Hari Om, everyone. Good to see many faces, familiar faces from years ago. It's a very moving experience. And of course, what Rahul said, he has to say those things. And I can't say I don't like it, I like it. But the fact is, it's all Gurudev's Krupa. And Chinmaya Mission Austin is as dear as Chinmaya Mission Houston, because many of you remember when we used to have a community center once every 2 weeks. Dinesh Bhai is here, Supas Bhai is here, they know it very well how things started here. Several questions have come, and I was asked that we talk, and the main theme is that we come to Chinmaya Mission, we go to other places, we listen to Sant Mahatma Swamis, and we have relative understanding. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, all this. Yet, my life, when I live in the world, I'm still being tossed around by the circumstances. So what is missing, or what do I need to do? So the short time we have, I'll try to focus on that. We have to start in life from where we are, right? Let's say that if you all want to go to Los Angeles. So first of all, I should know where I am, isn't it? It's that I'm in Austin. Then I must try to gather some information, knowledge about Los Angeles, and then how to get there. So the goal, I have to know and then gather information about the goal as to how to reach the goal. So the question is, we all know I am Mr. So-and-so, every one of us. And what is the goal? If you ask individuals, everybody has a different goal. But there is a common thread, a goal that everyone has. No, we Hindus, or really not Hindus, every religion, when a baby is born, right? Say Swarupananji is coming here, right, in September. And suppose your grandchild, 6 months old, is there, and you come and say, we would like to have Swamiji's darshan. And now the grandchild has no idea who Swami is and who, but mummy is holding the Swami. Goes to the Swamiji, bows down, and then, even though the baby understands nothing, tries to come as close to his feet as possible, touch the forehead of the baby to Swamiji's feet. And said, Swamiji, bless my grandchild. Right? Bless for what? Right? If you ask, okay, I will bless, but what do you want my blessing for? Not, ultimately what? I want my grandchild, my child to be sukhi, isn't it? I want him to be happy. But then if you ask him that your parents, when they were born, they must have been taken to some guru, some Swami, some mandir, and your grandpa also must have taken them and asked, please bless them so they would be very happy and sukhi. But while growing up, you found your parents struggling. I mean, their life was not continuous sukha. Right? Even among themselves, they argued. With relatives, things happen in business, work. And of course, your life, you are very well aware. Your parents also must have taken you to some mandir, some Swami. But your life is not all sukha, 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 sukha. It is punctuated very strongly with what? Sukha, dukha, 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 sukha, sukha, dukha, right? And yet you also go and do what? Swamiji, bless my child. But goal, as the child is growing, right, he bows down to uncle, auntie, etc. And then, whether you are from a Brahmin family, Kshatriya, it doesn't matter. We are all banyas in America, right? Everybody's mantra is one and the same, $I Namaha. Right? So what do we do? When a child comes and bows down, Yashashvi Bhava, right? Mother will say, Asirvad Deo, meaning what? So that he becomes an engineer, doctor, meaning what? Ultimately, it doesn't matter what, he should earn a lot of dollars. So he will reach the goal, what? Sukhi. But you ask, Mummy, you have lots of money, are you Sukhi? Don't ask all those things. Right? See? So, whether we agree or not, or I shouldn't say agree, know or not, we all have one goal alone. We all want to be Sukhi and we want our children to be Sukhi. Now, when we come to Vedanta, this is only for those who believe in scriptures who come here. And Vedanta claims the word, you are Sukhi. You are Sat Chit Ananda. And you come, you listen, but you ask the person personally on one-on-one at a Starbucks sitting down, tell me really, you go every Sunday, do you really feel Sat Chit Ananda? I'm so worried, I'm now 72 and death can come anytime. But you are Sat. Yeah, that is true, but I'm telling you, no. Chit, all-knowing, what all-knowing? I don't even know what my daughter-in-law is thinking about me. Whether her, she's after her money, all these things. And Ananda, Toba, there is as far away as it is. Yeah, occasionally I get Ananda, but it is interspersed by so much of unananda or lack of Ananda. Do you agree? Then where is the hitch? See, one thing we generally forget is knowledge and experience sometimes agree, sometimes they don't. And when they don't agree, knowledge supersedes experience. Let's say that every morning you have to go to work and drive east from west. And the sun comes right in your eyes. And first thing you put the visor this way, and Texas sun, and the days are. But what you said, the sun is rising, and in the evening when I go back, the sun is setting. This is the experience of every individual. But you and I were taught in 6th grade or 7th grade that the sun never rises, the sun never sets. Yet my experience is what? Sun rises and sun sets. Now what do you accept? That sun doesn't rise and sun doesn't set, or that the sun rises? Of course sun doesn't rise or set. It is the earth that moves, giving me an illusion that the sun is rising and sun is setting. Meaning what? My knowledge that the earth rotates around its axis and the sun that is in one place appears to rise and set. Once I know it, I can enjoy for the rest of my life sun rises and sunsets. Look at that beautiful sky, look at that sunrise. But at all time, what do I know? Sun does not rise, sun does not set. If you accept this, Vedanta is very easy. Because what does Vedanta say? You are Sat, but the body dies. That means what? You are not the body. Right? You are Chit, you are all knowledge, but I know so little, But yet you are Chit. And Ananda, yes, my life is Sukha, Dukkha, but I am nothing but Ananda. Contradiction. That means what? I need more clarity, more knowledge. Just like knowledge that the earth moves. Earth is rotating and sun is in the same place. Then what is that knowledge? So the first thing is, like I said, I have to know where I am if I want to go to Los Angeles. If I want to be Sukhi, and if the scriptures tell me that, oh man, you are Sukhi, your nature is Sukhi, but I don't experience, then there is some misunderstanding about who I am. Right? We cannot afford to go through all the basics, but you all have been coming, so you know a lot. So the query begins as to who really I am. If I am Ananda, then I should find out who I am. Right? Today we went to, where did we go, that hill? What is the name? Mount from where you see the entire Austin. Yeah. Now, suppose if there is a telescope there, and you happen to be there late at night, and you are observing the sky, and you see many stars there. Right? Now, when you look at the stars through the telescope, you have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that the stars are the objects. Telescope is an instrument, also an object, through which I, the subject, functioning through the telescope, come to see the stars. I, the subject, is someone other than the stars. No doubt whatsoever. I don't need my science teacher. I don't need anybody. All I need is a knowledge of subject and object. The telescope also, though not the object that I'm wanting to view, but that is also an object, and I call it an instrument through which I apprehend the sky and the stars in the sky. And I am the subject. If this is understood, then I am looking at all of you, objects for me. Do I have any doubt whatsoever that I am someone other than all of you? Likewise, any one of you have any doubt that you are someone other than Gaurang uncle? Absolutely not. Right? So far, it's pretty easy. But then what is the instrument? There, the telescope also is not me, it is an instrument. What is the instrument that I am using to view all of you? The instrument is this body, just like the telescope, which has an eyepiece and an object piece and a tube. Similarly, from head to toe, this telescope with the eyepiece, I see all of you. So obviously this is an instrument through which I come to experience all of you as the object. Objects I am not. Instrument I cannot be. Remember, I am using my eyes, my mind, etc. to apprehend you. Then who am I? The subject, the immediate thing, subject meaning what? I am the body. No, but I am using the eyes to see all of you. It is the mind that puts everything together and says, this is, intellect tells me that this is Subhas, this is Dinesh, this is Rahul, this is Minaben. All these are object, and I am the subject. It is that subject. All these objects and the body are all matter, just like I am enlivened by spirit. Call God, call him Allah, but life principle, the very subject that you and I talk about. And this I want to explain in 2-3 different ways. So clarity of knowledge is a must to understand. If I am Satchit Ananda, then I must be absolutely clear without any doubt that I am Satchit Ananda. So let's look at in another way. From Houston, you all are very familiar. What is this? Cell phone, smartphone, whatever, right? Now, in English language, whatever you do, when you put an ER, it indicates a function, right? Right now, all of you are what? Most of you are listeners. Some of you are hearers, and some have completely tuned out and are dreamers, right? But each one is what? Hearer, dreamer, listener. The ER tells you what you are. And I'm a speaker, right? But suppose immediately after the pravachan, I change my clothes and we have to go jogging. Now what am I? I'm a jogger, isn't it? So I'm not permanently a speaker. You are also not permanently a listener. Then who are you? So right now, what are you? Seer, right? You're all looking at this cell phone. You are a seer. In other words, you are aware of this cell phone. So you are also seer, awarer, knower of this telephone, right? Very clear, you know it, right? Now, none of you are seeing the phone, right? Now, can you tell that you are the seer of the phone? Neither aware of the phone, right? Nor the knower of the phone. Then what are you? Knower, awarer, minus the object you are aware of. Knower minus the object, pure knowledge. Awarer minus the object that you are aware of, pure awareness. Right? So, with respect to speaking, I'm a speaker. With respect to seeing, I'm a seer. But all of those things fall into what? I am aware that I am speaking, so I'm the awarer of the function speaking. Each one of you are awarer of the function that you are listening. So I am an awarer, you are an awarer. Awarer minus the object that I am aware of. What am I? Awareness, pure knowledge. She is also pure knowledge, he is pure knowledge, pure awareness. Awareness, knowledge is one. We are all essentially what? Pure awareness. Now, those of you who are students of English, neither knowledge nor awareness has any plural word. There is no word knowledges, right? So I am awareness. She is awareness. She is awareness. The person in the last row also is awareness. And awareness has no plural. So how many awareness is there? One awareness. Bal Vihar, room for pre-K, KG, first grade, second grade, third grade, all these rooms. But how many spaces are there? Uno space only. Only one space. That the scriptures call as Sat Chit Ananda. Now, if that is Satchit Ananda, then what about this body? Right? So our question is what, please don't forget. Logically, we are all intelligent enough. We know, yes, that awareness is one. I am the subject. The subject is awareness, pure consciousness, Chaitanya. And scripture says that is Satchitananda. But as soon as I step out here and put my car in the reverse and the guy on the other side also puts it in the reverse, who are you? I put it in reverse first. Let me go first. Suddenly Satchitananda goes out of window, right? Meaning what? I understand intellectually, but it never touches my heart or it doesn't Just like when you eat and the food has to get converted into blood and become part of me, it doesn't happen. And that is where we need first and foremost very much clarity about who am I. Okay? Because always again and again what? I am this body. Right? Excuse me. Now think of it. My throat is a little dry, so I'm drinking water. But tell me, the water is where? In the glass. If I said I am the water, wouldn't you laugh? Gaurang uncle, if you call this water as you, I would rather Rahulji and Meena Ben would not have invited you. Right? If you don't even have that much common sense that this is water, it's something other than you. But now look. Now, if I say I am the body, right? In the world, that's what we say. Yes, yes, you are the body. That water in the glass, where is it now? In the body. Now, if I say I am that, you say, yes, yes, there is nothing wrong. 30 seconds ago, that water is not me. Now I say, this is me. And as soon as it goes out as urine, would anyone say that is me? Think of it. Each one of us were born 5 or 6 pounds, some lucky ones 10 pounds. And today you are 150, give or take few, and some lucky ones 300. Right? But every ounce of your body, tell me, what is it? All the bananas and rotis and mangoes and dal and chawal that you and I ate, minus everything that is discarded, the delta 180 pound is this physical body, isn't it? If the water in the glass, I cannot call it mine, the food, that apple on the tree is not me, when the apple is eaten by me, how can I call it me? When it comes out at the other end also, I refuse to say it is me. We want to get rid of it. Fickle matter. That which is not me in the beginning, not in the end, in between, how can it be me? So common sense, just pure logic, you don't have to be religious. What? Head to toe, every part of this physical body is not me. Then who am I? The one who is aware of the body, awarer, minus the object of awareness, the body. And when I say body, sharir, all the 3 sharir, body, mind and intellect, they are all sharir, sukshma sharir, sthula sharir, they are all included. I am the awareness, aware of the body, mind and intellect. And all the 3 made up of what? Food eaten by me from birth, and prior to that by my parents. So again what? I am someone other than the body, mind and intellect. So I am that Chaitanya, which is Satchit Ananda. Right? So that having been cleared, the next thing is, then what about this universe? The universe is inert or matter, right? That we all know very well. Inert can never create itself by itself, right? You may buy rice, but from rice to bhat or chawal, you need a conscious living person to make it, isn't it? It doesn't just itself make eatable rice. Any conversion, you need a conscious entity to do it. Even if AI can do it, you still need a conscious person to write that AI program, isn't it? So where does this inner thing come from? There we have to fall upon the example of our dream. Right? Every one of us are familiar with dream, isn't it? When we dream, whether you know it or not, the first thing you create is what? The space, isn't it? Because without space, the dream cannot exist. And then in the space, you know, Akash, then you create Vayu, Agni, etc. And human beings, so many people, etc. All this you create in the dream. Oh, creates all that material. Remember, when you are in the dream, it is absolute real. The dream is very real. Your waking state is absolutely unreal. Your dream state for you at that time is very real. Who created it? One mind, one you, projecting the universe of the dream, creating many, but each one of them are who? Your mind alone, right? Though in the dream there is you and all others, but everything is who? Your mind alone, isn't it? This you can accept, which you have to, because it is a fact. Then one awareness alone, right? Awareness in me, awareness in you. There is no plural, it is one awareness, just like space is everywhere. If I, an ordinary individual, a created being, can create a whole world in the dream, don't you think Narayan, pure awareness, with its Maya, can project this entire universe? One of the questions was about oneness, where is, the printed questions are here. I'll read it later on. Yeah. See, as I said, this water that I just drank is now me. 60% of my body weight or 70% is water. But this water is no different from the universal water everywhere in our universe or our earth, Mother Earth. It is not separate. The physical body made up of matter is non-separate, or it essentially, it's just like making very pots from mitti. Similarly, the body also is made up of matter. So Chaitanya with its Maya, this whole universe is projected. Once I understand this and I accept it, please understand, in my dream, who is the creator of the dream? The dreamer is the creator. The dreamer is in and through the entire dream. There is no part of the dream where the dreamer is not there. And I, in my dream also, is part of the dreamer, appearing as me, dealing with the whole world in my dream, right? Yeah, Chanaya, this guy is harassing me, this guy is very good, he is helping me. All this in my dream, I am reacting. But all of them, each one, have the same relationship with the dreamer. All are dreamer alone, appearing as many, one appearing as many. In the same way, Chaitanya with Maya, we call Ishwar, appearing as this universe. All made up of what? 5 elements only, right? You and I occupy space, Akash, then Vayu. I hope everybody is breathing, right? Then fire, right? Room temperature is 72, your body temperature is 98.7. Where does that fire come from? Part within. So Akash, Vayu, Agni, water and Prithvi. What is the difference? Is only the shape. Just as in my dream. Once I think again, see, it's very easy to understand. The question is, why don't I feel? Because we do not think. There are 3 words: Sravan, listening; Manan, thinking again and again; Manasi Vichintaya, Varam Varam, right? And Nididhyasan. Sravan meaning, in the beginning, I cannot even accept. Bhagwan is everywhere. Yeah, it's all opium for the masses. What do you mean by he's everywhere? If he's here, I'll give you one slap. Let us see if Bhagwan comes and stops me. See, when you're a teenager, etc., this is how you argue. Where is Bhagwan? He's not there. So that is called asambhavna. It's not possible. But then when we logically say, hey, what do you mean by God? Is that awareness? Yeah, if you say that way, then I accept that there is. So that which was asambhavna, meaning impossible, I did not believe it is possible, now it becomes possible because I am open to listening. Please understand, I'm open to listening, and then I start thinking. Then when I'm alone, I wrestle again and again. Hey, logically, he could explain that earth is earth and vayu and all these things, and your body is made up of 5 elements, you are awareness. But how can it be? My wife is giving me trouble, my children don't listen to me, and I am awareness, they are awareness. If we are all awareness, why doesn't awareness make them aware of my... See, and before you know it, you completely, the knowledge just goes in one corner or it goes away. And it remains theoretical thing. Yeah, maybe some swamis, they know it, etc. This is because the question is, why am I not feeling? We do not reflect upon it again and again. Remember, it's not a one-time thing. Months and years you have to reflect. Because again and again you take yourself as soon as, you think, I am the body. Early in the June, I went to Africa. And, in safari, how you go in this open jeep and you see all these things, and there are so many elephants going, etc. And then the driver is telling, etc., hey, shh, don't make any noise, just see. And suddenly there was a family of a lion, lioness, and several, 2-3 cubs. And the guy says, look at it, everybody, but don't make any noise. And, lions are not afraid, they are just looking at us, we are looking. And at that time, suddenly, I don't know what you call, when thousands of bakris, goats, they just kept running and they were just going. And we are all sitting here and looking, and suddenly that lion charged towards these goats. And all the goats started running, but one little goat couldn't run, and it was right there. But it is small enough, so it jumped into the jeep. And when and the lion comes running here, and the darn goat couldn't find other passengers, came and sat right next to me. And the lion comes, and I wake up. Now, once I'm awake, would I be afraid of the lion? I have nothing to do with the lion. The entire thing is not there. It is mithya. But when I am in the dream, the goat, the lion, the elephant, the goat jumping, coming next to me, lion chasing, everything is so real. Even the dream guru can come and say, Gaurang, this is all mithya, it is unreal. Really, this is a dream. That's okay, guru. You don't know, look at that lion, he's coming, isn't it? But the second you wake up, so what has not happened, though you and I right now know that I am Sat, Chit, Ananda, but you and I have not awakened. Intellectually we know it, but we have not awakened to that fact. And this is something we have to do. So what is the next thing? See, the ahankar, the I that says I am the body, it refuses. Yeah, you may intellectually know that you are Satchitananda, but don't think that you are going to kill me. So the ahankar always keeps fighting. It says, no, I am there. So I must clearly understand and destroy ahankar. Otherwise called manonasha, destruction of the mind. Please understand, destruction doesn't mean you kill it. Those who take drugs, right? They kill their mind temporarily. Same in meditation. Temporarily you quieten your mind. I'm not promoting drugs. Please understand. All I'm saying is, when a doctor gives you a pill, you knock off your mind and you go to sleep. Those who take drugs, they knock their mind off. Those who meditate also temporarily knock their mind off, meaning it becomes quiet. The effect is the same. But when you come out, all your problems, challenges always remain the same. There is no difference. Because unlike the dream, when you wake up, the dream becomes mithya. Here, just because I know, unlike the dream, the that I am this and you are that and how dare, that doesn't go away. So how do I, within quote, please understand what I mean by destroying the mind or destroying the ahankar. The Vyavaharik ahankar, see, many people think that Swamis, Sant, Mahatmas, those who are realized as within quote have no ahankar. You cannot function without Vyavaharik ahankar. Because no ahankar, meaning there is no difference between me and, no, they also know that I am this. So Vyavaharik ahankar doesn't die. What dies is I and I want. See, if you analyze, always, what is it? I want my wife to do this. I want my husband to do this. I don't know why she doesn't understand. I don't know why he doesn't understand. I tell you, my boss does not understand anything. If you are the boss, the people under you will say the same thing. In other words, I want the world to change. And that I always remains there. And that needs to die. How can we kill it? Please think. When I am in the dream, there is no possibility because the buddhi is not available in dream. But my knowledge, theoretical, it may be that awareness is one. From awareness alone, just like the dream has come from my mind, the Lord, Ishvara, with Chaitanya, with his Maya, Ishvara, has projected this universe. And each one is not different, right? That having understood, when I came into this world, the world was already there. I did not create it. I see people dying, and one day I will also die, and the world will still be here. In other words, the world goes on according to the plan of the Creator. Isn't it? You and I have no choice of what others to do. To be honest, how much control do you have on your mind? Sit down and start meditating and tell mind not to think. Right? If your mind doesn't listen to you, why should your wife? Nothing. No, see, this is ahankar. We must very clearly understand I am not the creator of the world. As an ego, I am not a creator of the world. The world Ishvara has created. Then what is my role? My role is like if I am in a play. As an actor, I must obey, follow the script, right? According to the producer, director, 100%, isn't it? You can't start saying anything in the drama. You have to follow the script to the T. In the same way, you and I have to follow the script written in our Shastra, in our scriptures. In other words, we must follow Dharma. You and I feel like compromising. We want everybody to be dharmic except us. You remember the U-Haul story that I have said years ago? See, when I started in 1980s, etc., in remote areas, a lot of motel owners and doctors, small town, with few, and they did not have mandirs like this, etc. So they buy one old home and put a little Krishna Murti, etc., and they meet for bhajan, etc., and that's where everybody gathers. So when they invite me, etc., this is in the little room, not much population, and they have a directory of all the people living within 50 miles. So some thieves figured out that Indians are well off, they've got ornaments at home, and when they've got free food along with pravachan, bhajan and bhojan, they are all there, especially after 11:30 when the bhojan time is closer, they all will be there. So these three guys rented a big U-Haul and went into that subdivision where there 3-4 wealthy Indians were living, started stealing things and putting in the truck. They went to the fourth house. Almost the truck was full, few things they were bringing. A smarter thief following them. When they were in the fourth house, these guys emptied this U-Haul, put it in there, and they went away. When these original thieves came out, and when they saw, what is the first thing he says? Hey, Bhagwan, my sweat and toil. People have no dharma anymore, Non-stealing, what happened that value? Meaning what? He wants that other U-Haul guy to be following dharma, do not steal, because stealing is bad. But I can steal. This is your condition, this is my condition right now. So this I must understand Vyavarikai. What do I mean by how should I live? First and foremost, understand that we are all made up of the 5 elements. What universe, meaning what Bhagwan brings to me, is my prarabdha. I'll give you current examples so you can identify, right? I can only do what I must do. Our problem is, the reason mind doesn't die is we get involved in so many unnecessary things with which we have no control over. Right? I tell you, in the last 3 months, especially last 2 months, ever since the immigration raid and these things started, I have received several calls from people. Gaurang uncle, when I watch the news, my blood pressure is going up. My children are saying that don't watch the news because it's your blood pressure, etc. Now think of it, right? Take that thing, what is happening right now, whether you agree, disagree, etc. But if you happen to be a legal immigrant, and you know that suddenly anywhere people can come and ask you, then as an individual Vyavarik, what should you do? Make sure that your proof of citizenship, green card, or if you are a visitor, your passport with a visa stamp is with you. Right? And that's all you can do. But what do we want to do? Oh, this happened, that happened. In other words, we are reacting to all the happenings around everywhere, and happenings have been happening before our birth, during, and after we go. Learn clearly, I am not the creator of the world. Especially some of the questions, I am a sadhak. If you are a sadhak, you only have one goal, right? When you are an unemployed engineer, see, doctors to a great extent do not know the pain of us engineers. When you are unemployed, the only goal you have is what? I want a job. Everything else is immaterial. Similarly, if I am a sadhak, meaning I want to be that Satchitananda, then what Modi is doing, what Trump is doing, or what Gujarati Samaj is doing, or in Chinmaya mission this is happening, that Swami has done all that. Remember, it will never stop. Yeah, you have eyes, you have ears, you hear it, etc. But do not identify. Gurudev always used to say, drop it. When you are with people, you need to talk something, we talk. But the second you are alone, I'm not even talking minute, the second you are alone, understand the entire dream is unreal when you wake up. From awareness standpoint, all human beings are nothing but 5 elements, like many bulbs, and liven by electricity. Electricity is one. Bulbs are many, but what is the difference? Just a wattage, isn't it? My relationship with Narayan, I am that, but I can't reach Narayan, so I invoke Krishna, Shiva, etc. Meaning what? Wherever my mind goes, Bhagavan says in chapter 12, bring your mind back to me, meaning I, the Ahankar, otherwise called Jivatma. Remember, Jiva and Atma, the life principle in me, Atma, appearing as I, the Jivatma. How? water, baldi ko kya bolta hai? Bucket full of water. The sun is rising in the sky. The reflected sun in the bucket says, I am a 5-gallon bucket, right? I am made up of gold bucket, and this water is Ganga water. It will be used for Abhishek. Hey, all that ahankar, but when the Abhishek is done, where does the reflection go? Hey, you are unreal. You are not even real. But you have taken yourself to be real. Once you understand that ahankar is unreal, reflected Chaitanya in the buddhi, how? Body, mind, intellect, everything is inert matter. And yet I, consciousness, take the body to be conscious because body is conscious because of me. And then little ahankar says, I am this, who are you, how dare? Hey, no, I am only a reflected being, the real Chaitanya. So that Jivatma, again I said, when it clearly understands, then it realizes that, look, whatever is happening in the world, let it happen. Some of you here are old enough. Do you remember that Paul McCartney singing, let it be, let it be? Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be. No different than Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Dhyatma Chetasa Nirashi Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasva Vigatachara or Karmani Eva Adhikaraste Mahafale Sukada. See, we talk about these, slokas. We understand it. But in real life, we 100% forget it. Karmani eva adhikaraste. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasa. As an ahankar. I am in this world, I have my wife, I have my children. So there are certain things I have to do. But things that I don't have to do, drop it. Remember, if I want to kill my mind, and please understand, killing is not killing, keeping it quiet so that it can turn within. Right? Swami Akhanananda always says, if you want to look at Soham, you have to withdraw your attention from Mohan and focus it on Soham. If I want to turn within and come to appreciate that I am Satchitananda, I have to withdraw from outside world. So as a Jivatma, one of the questions is about surrenderance. Surrender unto the Creator. How? Everybody in my dream, once they understand, which they don't because in dream buddhi is not available, but if they were to understand that the dreamer alone is in and through me, would they not surrender? Whatever comes to me is the dreamer's choice. I cannot change the dream. Whatever the dreamer wants, in the same way, according to my past karma and prarabdha, what comes to me is my prarabdha. I don't have to react to everything in the world. It keeps on happening. Oh, but Israel is doing this, and they should not have done that on 7th of October. What can you do sitting in Austin? Maybe write to your senator, that's all you can do. So what you can do, if you really feel, write it and then drop it. But some of us get even irritated. Oh, I sent him an email, he didn't reply. And what? Oh, karmani eva adhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. But he has not replied to me. Oh, what happened to karmani eva adhikaraste? Your karma is to send him an email. If he doesn't respond, that is his prerogative. Maybe you are not worth it from his standpoint, isn't it? And that starts bothering us. And then say, ma phalesu kadachana. See, I'm telling you, these little things, this is all nothing but ahankar. Resolve, surrender at the feet of Krishna. Hey Bhagwan, you know what is best for me. I will act when required. And then let it be, let it be. That is your responsibility. Surrender doesn't mean a king surrendering into another king and he'll be put in jail, etc. Surrendering meaning thy will be done. Once you start, and this you have to be very alert. Meaning the minute you are alone, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Meaning what? Om Namah Shivaya. Oh Lord Shiva, I bow down meaning what? I surrender at your feet, meaning what? Mera sansar aap chalao abhi, I am not responsible. My responsibility is only that which comes to me, and I have to act. When I am hungry, I can't say, Krishna, sansar chalao, cook and feed. No. That Bhagavan has given me buddhi to do things. No. So once having understood, again and again, please think. So asambhavana, when you listen, asambhavana meaning when it is not possible, you listen. Yeah, there is a possibility that I am not the body, I am not the... Then when you reflect again and again, yeah, this ahankar is nothing but a reflection of ego, Chaitanya alone. Reflection in the mirror is not me, but this me has taken over my life. And the only way to destroy it is again and again surrender at Bhagwan's feet with full faith, just like a child, right? A 3 or 4-year-old child walking with mummy on a nice spring day, and suddenly a Doberman pincher just from nowhere comes running, and the child is so afraid. Child jumps into mother, and mother picks the child up, right? Child has no idea that mother is more scared than me. Isn't it? But what does child know? Now I am in my mummy's embrace. The whole world may want to do whatever. I am safe. That is called Shraddha. Hey Krishna, I have understood this ego is not real. I surrender unto you, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And again, meaning what? Any vritti, any thought that comes again and again, just stop it. If I have nothing to do with, when you are with people, we talk, etc. But the second you are alone, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What are you doing? The mind does not wander anywhere. When the mind doesn't wander and you keep repeating the same mantra, what happens? The mind becomes quiet. Those of you who have heard Gurudev, some of you remember, like he always gave an example, right? A child doesn't want to sleep, but mummy takes the child, puts him in the lap, and mummy is no Lata Mangeshkar. So mummy starts singing, and it is so boring. The child decides it is better to sleep, and before you know it, the child is fast asleep. In the same way, tell me, you and I can talk in our mind. See, observe your mind when you are alone. Oh, he should have done this, I should have. Oh, just drop it. You cannot change him, neither can you do anything. Oh, that is Bhagavan. I'm not a creator. That is his responsibility. Om Namah Shivaya. You do that a few times. Before you know it, see, everything is a habit. Mind will get into habit the minute you are alone. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, mind becomes quiet. The world no longer bothers you. Little things that worried you, unnecessary fear of future, most of the things never happen. We imagine and then we keep thinking about it. Nowadays, oh, what will happen to my grandchildren? Oh, Gaurang Bhai, Trump is doing this. What will happen to your grandchildren? What are you going to do? Tell me. I mean, who can control what will happen? We don't know what is going to happen even tomorrow. Why? The Creator let him worry. Do the birds worry what will happen to their eggs that their child will lay and what will happen to that? Why worry? But see, we have made this habit that we not only worry about our children, we worry about our grandchildren, this and that. Immediately, Om Namah Shivaya, Lord Shiva, that's your responsibility. Thus, more and more, you remove some manonasa. Because this hasn't happened, even though you know it, you are not progressing. The third thing, which completes the thing, is destruction of your vasana. Even if the mind is quiet, even if you are meditating, nididhyasana, mind is very quiet, suddenly from somewhere you remember your professor in the college. This, the least expected thing, oh, in 1973, I gave him 5 rupees and he never returned to me. When in America in 2025, where 5 rupees is not even 5 cents or 7 cents, but it pops up, what can you do? See, these are vasanas. So, vasanas generally strong desires, etc. Then you have to learn to act contrary to it. Because most of the vasanas are nothing but previous sanskar, and they pop up and you and I have no control over it. The control where we have is it may pop up, but to roll red carpet and keep thinking or stop it right in the track is up to us. I'll tell you what, many of us have habit. Right nowadays, it used to be television. Now as soon as you come home, either television or iPad or computer and you keep surfing, right? Some people even keep iPad next to their bed at night also. They are, and then they say, my mind, I'm Satchitananda, my mind. How can it be quiet? So if that is a habit, and you read, what do you read? What interests you, what your desire, either fulfilling your lust or not liking politics, all those things that come and agitate your mind. You and I carelessly have made our mind a garbage can. Before you had to physically come in contact, now it comes through the space, through internet, directly into our mind through iPad. And if you don't stop it, in other words, I have to control. No, I'm not going to look at iPad. Now that I'm in bed, I'm going to repeat Om Namah Shivaya. I don't need iPad to fall asleep. I don't need a television show to fall asleep. Why? I'm a sadhak. Remember, an ordinary person who doesn't believe in asambhavana, sambhavana, and the last one is viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana meaning taking myself to be what I'm not. I am Satchitananda. I take myself to be the body, mind, and intellect that I am this. My mind is up there. My intellect is not sharp. That is called viparita bhavana, meaning taking myself to be someone other than who I am. So that I have to destroy by creating anti-vasanas. Right? If I feel like watching, take iPad and turn on and listen to Morari Bapu, Swami Chinmaya, or whatever, but something that is sattvic rather than rajasic and tamasic. Start reading Kaivalya Upanishad. In 3 minutes you will fall asleep. Right? But don't go and watch things where your sanskar, meaning vasanas, will increase. So, first is absolute clear knowledge is a must. Second, manonasha. In other words, in Gurudev's word, quiet, alert, and vigilant. Quiet meaning quiet enough to know that unnecessary thoughts are rising. Alert, I must not give it a red carpet. Vigilant, to push it out. And when I cannot do it in my mind, slightly loudly, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Because when you do it so fast, other thoughts cannot come in the mind. After 3-4 minutes, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Then don't go slow at that time, very fast, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. Before you know it, that calm vasana or anger, it will go away. But who can do it? Not Bhagwan, not your Guru. You alone have to do it. So first, absolutely clear knowledge. Second, quieten your mind by repeating your mantra, no matter where you are, no matter what happens. And then vasana nasa, because viparit bhavana, again and again I take myself to be the body, because that is vasana, that is how the sanskar is. And now I want to get out of it. So again and again, Satchitananda, see your physical body as an object. How you and I go and see a movie, right? Say we are watching a play or movie, it's a play, and Draupadi, there is a Dushasan, and he is pulling Draupadi's sari, right? And you are identifying, and sometimes the tears start rolling, right? And then she is begging everybody, and suddenly Krishna comes, and the sari keeps coming, and Dusasan falls down. Now the tears, so happy Dusasan fell down, etc. But part of you is enjoying Draupadi suffering, etc. You are crying because you are identifying. But then at the end, when you go home, I tell you that Draupadi, she acted so well. In other words, you were only seeing it, knowing at all time this is not real, but enjoying it. Similarly, see the world like you are seeing the play. It is all Narayana's play. Again and again, see, reflection, this is called. Again and again think, this is a beautiful play, and Bhagwan has made me here, including this body. This is also part of the total play in the universe. And how should I act? According to Dharma, right? According to Shastra. Right? How do I drive? According to the rules of the road. That is all my karmaniya adhikarasya. The rest is all in his hand. Call him Krishna, call him Shiva, call him Ram. It doesn't matter. My job is what? To destroy the Jivatma and make it Atma. I'm not a Jiva. So again and again, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Anytime you identify, look at your body also as an object. I am aware of it. And this, you repeat and repeat. Those sanskar that I am the body, slow, it takes a long time, please understand. To explain is very easy. It takes a long time. But unless you and I start right now, the progress will never come. Don't worry about it when I reach. You start from Austin, you keep driving on I-10, etc. Ultimately, you will reach Los Angeles. But you can't worry right from here, abhi to ye bhi nahi aaya, we have not reached. Keep driving at a speed limit. When you are tired, sleepy, take a rest, drink coffee, but follow the path according to Dharma, meaning according to Google. Right? That is the Dharma of driving, right? Thus follow this. So, and then Vasananasa, Bhagwan has promised that you will reach. Now the questions that had come, I've already covered, maybe one or two may not be there. The first question I will explain later because it doesn't have much to do with this. How can I develop total surrender to Bhagwan? I've already covered, right? Once you know that Narayan alone has projected this whole universe, and I am part of it. A part always surrenders to the total. Please understand. What do you do? Right? Your heart keeps on pumping. Right? Sometimes when you have to walk, even if you are tired, the legs will keep walking. Legs won't say, hey, hand, you are not doing anything, so I will stop walking. Right? The legs are an integral part of the body. When I have to walk, the legs have to walk and serve the rest of the body. But when I go to Randall's or Kroger and I have to, 4 gallons of milk and this and that, and when you have to carry it and holding it, the hands have to do the work and serve the body. Heart has to pump, brain has to think. Each part is an integral part of the total. And each part's responsibility is not what the other parts are doing. I have to serve the rest of the body. And they never argue. Right? Many times when we are walking with a joli, and you get a little tired, immediately it will just, left hand will pick it up and you will walk. Right hand doesn't say, hey, lefty, please, I'm tired. And no, last time you did not help me. No, you just pass it on and you another 20 steps again to the right hand. Why? Each part is ready to serve the rest of the body. I am an integral part of this universe. Hey Bhagwan, give me the wisdom to serve the rest of the universe as best as I can. And the results are up to you. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyate atma chetasa. I don't expect anything. Nirashi, nirmamo. You decide what comes to me. My responsibility is to act. This is called surrender. But what we do, like a student comes, exam is coming, I will go to the mandir, but I will not study. Do you think Bhagwan is so dumb? That you don't study, but you pray and he will say, okay, you will get an A grade. No. Commit a crime, but Bhagwan, I don't want to get caught. No. Live by dharma at every point. Yeah, in the past you and I have made mistake, forget about it. But beginning today, Krishna, I understand, I am part of the total. I will serve the total because you alone are. The dreamer alone is in the entire dream. So I will serve you with all my ability. And whatever you bring, I will surrender. I will not expect. Ishwararpitam nechaya krutam chitta shodakam. Ishwararpit. Whatever you do, offer unto him, then the results are in his hand. So that's how you surrender. Looking for your guidance, help to know daily action steps which can help me to experience unity of my awareness with infinite reality, which is to me paroksha and limited. But I have already explained, you are awareness, so the question is already answered. In times like this, when you see so much injustice in the world, what is one's role as a sadhak? You probably have not thought of it, but you are using the word sadhak. You know, we always think the modern times is really bad. I remember as a child, my mother talking, oh, telna bhav to itla vadi gaya chhe. You know, oh, oil has gone so expensive from 5 rupee a liter to it has gone to 7 rupee. Now today it may be 700, right? But to them at that time from 5 rupee to 7 rupee, oh, I don't know how people can live. And today also we are, this is happening, inflation is going, this immigration, this, that. 100 years from now also things will go on happening. Remember, you have not created the world. What you are responsible, you do. So if you are a sadhak, the word is very, sadhak's job is what? If my child is sick, honestly, would I worry about a hungry child in Ethiopia? Tell me honestly. You are looking for a doctor, my child is not responding. If I am a sadhak, if I am truly a mumuksu, like the scriptures say, your attitude should be like your head is on fire. If my head is on fire, I won't say, Rahul, can you get me a glass of water? I would run to the wash basin and put my head under it, Similarly, if you are a sadhak, the question is, in times like this, the times are always like this. When you see so much injustice in the world, you have not created the world. What is one's role as a sadhak? Turn within and do what prarabdha brings to you. You do. If a hungry person comes and he really needs help and you have food, give him money, do your duty, and then forget it, again turn within. But if you keep worrying, see, this is how blood pressure goes up, I'm watching news, etc. You are not a sadhak. You are just a sufferer who loves to suffer. When I say you, we all are, that's all, we keep, what is it, every hour on the hour, right? What do they call the news that is just the last moment, it has just come, breaking news. 24 hours, the same breaking news, every hour CNN repeats and we sit down and watch. And then my mind is agitated, You and I have become an illiterate, educated young girl who comes to America, calls her mom how to make dahi. And mom says, you take, melon or that 1 spoonful of dahi, boil the milk, put it in, stir it, and in the morning you will get dahi. But she is not very sure. So every couple hours she gets up and stirs the pot. And then next morning calls his mom, Mummy, I did what you said, but the dahi never happened. You kept on stirring. You are laughing at her, but this is exactly what you and I are doing to our mind. And then we call ourselves, I'm really smart, I keep up with the news. Hey, they have made you a sufferer and they make money at your expense. Once you know it, refuse it. What is there? Every 24, well, watch for half an hour, you know what's happening in the world. You cannot change anything there, you know. What you can do, you do, and then drop it. So if you are a sadhak, what did Gurudev do in these situations? Can you share any related anecdote? Do I have time to do this? I can give you an anecdote. There is a person in San Francisco area, San Jose, San Francisco area. He was telling Gurudev that Gurudev, me and my wife, etc., and I work for, I think he was working for HP at that time. And, we have to do this and for taking customer out and, all these things. It's a lot of pressure, Swamiji. It's not very easy. And Swamiji looked at him and he smiled. He says, yeah, I only have 200 centers worldwide. And I get letters. And there is a problem here, there is a problem there. See, you think you are running a small department, wife, children, and, you have to compromise. And his thinking is, if I take my customers out, Swamiji, I have to eat meat, I have to do this. Swamiji says, when the same person comes to India, to your home, does he fold his legs, sit down on the ground, and start eating with hands? Then you say, no, how can he? I have to provide him fork and this and that. You think of it. Right? Who does not have pressure, whether you are running just a wife, children, and an ordinary job, or a worldwide organization, and Swamiji was the CEO? He had asked the same thing. All this, you do your best and drop it. I tell you, Gurudev, he was he was the best person who could teach Gita in such a way. But you learn so much more from observing him. When he would come and stay for 7-8 days, you get so one with him that when he's departing, all the organizers, etc., are literally in tears. So somebody asked him, Swamiji, when you leave, nothing happens to you? You are a real. So Swamiji says, do you think I'm made up of stone? He says, I also, naturally, is a human being, the heart is heart. But he has learned to conquer his heart. In those days when we could go to, all the way to the departing gate, once he says bye, he would never turn around. He just marches straight on. Thus, you have to train yourself. Remember, circumstances are same for us. My troubles are not your troubles are not my trouble. So when you are saying that what is one's role in sadhaka, what did Gurudev do in this situation? He acted no different, but he acted the right way. You and I do not drop. And no guru can help, even Chinmaya cannot help. You alone can help yourself. Vedanta tells us to live in this world but not be of it. How do we effectively do this? I've already explained this, By listening to Vedantic pravachans, there is an understanding that I'm not the body, mind, and intellect, but this is only at information level. How to deepen inquiry to get more clarity? I hope you are not hearing but listening. Right? That's it. And one little clarity. When I came in, we chanted the sloka which indicates Paduka, Pad Puja of Gurudev. Now, why would you chant? We are not doing Pad Puja of Gurudev. But Darshana Aunty and I, long time ago when we started, physical Paduka Puja is worshipping Guru's feet and you do Pad Puja. But to us, he is the Guru who has given us Brahma Vidya. So every act for Aunty and me, whatever we do on behalf of Chinmaya Mission, whether we give pravachan, whatever, to us it is worship of his feet. So when they say Vande Sat Chinmayananda Desikam Brahmacharinam, yes, we understand we are not doing physical puja, but the very fact that I have to talk to you for hour and a half here is my path puja to my Gurudev. Okay? Now, few minutes if you have any question, and if I can answer the first question, I can explain. It says, how is that Brahman is considered neither Sat or Asat? But it won't apply to most people. And honestly, you and I include myself, we are living in Houston, Austin. Don't worry about those things. Worry about purifying your heart. That little jealousy, anger, misbehavior, when you get carried away and you say something wrong to your father, or you say something or behave wrong with your guru, correct those things. All these technical things, Sat, Asat, is it power? It's good to know. It's not going to help you. What helps you is surrender, repeat his name, and purify your heart. The minute a adharmic thought, a wrong thought rises, alert and vigilant, kick it out. I go to Chinmaya mission. I listen to Rahulji, Minaji. How can I, as a Hindu, do this? In the past, I may have done it. Now I'm not going to do it. Push it out. That will help you a lot more than getting so a lot of this knowledge. So if you have any questions, ask me. And if I can answer, I will answer. That means either what I explained, you understood nothing, or I explained it so well. All doubts are gone. We are all Brahman. Very good. Thank you so very much. May I sing one small bhajan, Rahul, if you don't mind? If somebody had talked to me about it. So, because some of you remember it from past when I used to come regularly, and Rucha helped me if my throat doesn't cooperate. जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जादू भरा भगवान मन चमन हमारा हरा हुआ मन हम हरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में भगवान जाने क्या जादू Now, what keeps our mind chanchal and running here and there is shok and moha, grief. Things are not going my way, or I want that, Maya. जब शोक मोह से गिर जावे, जब शोक मोह से गिर जावे, जब तब गीता वचन हृदय लाए, तब गीता जुग जुग का अनुभव जुड़ा हुआ, जुग जुग का जुग जुग का अनुभव जुड़ा हुआ, जुग जुग का भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में भगवान जाने क्या गीता संतों को प्यारी है, गीता गीता संतों को प्यारी है, गीता श्रुति धर्म के अनुसारी है, श्रुति धर्म सारा भव सागर तरा हुआ, सारा सारा भव सागर तरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ, भगवान भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में भगवान। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। हरिः ओम, श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः, हरि ओम। Thank you all, and again it's a joy to see so many familiar faces after a long time.